Hello my crochet friends, here we are back again with another project. We are working on our lamb for Easter. So we need a worsted weight white yarn, a worsted weight gray yarn, a size G 4mm crochet hook. You're going to need some stuffing and you're going to need little eyes, either buttons or the little eyes that you can sew on, or you can embroider your eyes on. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to start with the body of our lamb. We are making a magic circle, magic loop, and we are going to pull it through and chain 2. So 1 and 2. And if you need help with that, I do have a short, if you need a slower version of the magic loop. So inside our magic loop, we're going to do 6 single crochets. So there's 1, enter, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, there's 2, oops, 3, 4, this is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so here we are with our magic circle. We've got 6 single crochets in it, and we're gonna grab the tail and pull it tight. This pattern does not have us joining in the circle, so we're just going to pull it tight, and we are going to start with round 1. We're going to make a bobble stitch in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then we're going to repeat that around. So this bobble is a little bit bigger than the one we did in our prayer square. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do 4 double crochets in this one. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to enter our first stitch, okay? We're going to yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, yarn over, enter the same stitch again. This is the second time. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, here we go again. Yarn over, enter the same stitch. Can you see it there? Yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. That's number 3. We're only going through 2 stitches, remember. Yarn over, and this is number 4. Enter the stitch again, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, go through 2, and then you're going to yarn over and go through all 5, okay? So that's your first bobble, and you're going to go into the next stitch right here, and you're going to do 2 single crochets. So here's 1. And then we're going to enter the stitch again, and we're going to do another one. There's 2. All right, so now the next stitch gets a bobble. So same thing as we did before. We're going to do 4 double crochets. Oops, I got 2 there. We don't want 2. Straighten them out. There we go. There's 1, 2. This is 3. I'm going through only 2, okay? And this is 4. Go through the 2, and then you should have 5 on your shank. You yarn over and you pull through all 5. Next stitch, let's try and find it here. Here it is. We're gonna do 2 single crochets in there. So here's 1 and 2. All right? And now, next stitch gets a bobble. So this is the last bobble because we had 6 stitches on here. We should end up with 3 bobbles. So this is 2 for me. Straighten myself out. This is 3. And there we go. And then 4. Okay. So 4, I'm going to go through the 2. I'm going to yarn over and go through all 5. There we go, and then the next stitch gets 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. Okay, so now I've made it all the way around. This was round 1. So I'm gonna pull my circle tight. So you have 3 bobbles, see them there? And now what you're going to do is you're gonna place your marker. I'm gonna use my little piece of yarn. You know how I am about that. It works good for me. You do whatever works for you. Now, I found when I did this, I kind of had to turn it a little inside out to see my stitches. Because the bobble stitches, see how they're kind of longer? sometimes it's hard to see the difference in the stitches. So you think, is that a stitch or not? But it is, and that's going to be your first stitch. So you're going to repeat round 1 for round 2, 3, and 4. So that's what we're going to do next for our homework here. We're going to keep going around doing the same thing. A bobble and in the first stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. But when you get around to the end of your row, if you get to the end and you're on a bobble and you're like, well, I need to do 2 single crochets, but I have no stitches left, that's okay. You're just going to keep working, but do not start the pattern over. So let's say you get to round 3 and you've got, you know, a leftover stitch. You're not going to start over again at the beginning. Just keep working it around. So no matter what you're at, just make sure you know that it's your next row. It'll work out. You'll understand it once you get there. So I think it's only, I want to say it's only one of the rows that does that in this pattern, where you don't end in the sequence that you think you're going to. So just keep working around despite where you end, but mark your spot so you know how many rows you've done. So you're going to do rows 2, 3, and 4, following the pattern of a bobble stitch in the first stitch. The next stitch gets 2 single crochets. So keep doing that all the way around, and we'll meet up next time and see where we're at. Thanks.